Ah, are we filming? Okay. The We Bare Bears Movie Adventure Part 4, the finale. Where did we leave off? Oh, yes. Lake Mills, Iowa. The Bears and Chloe drive into the small town of Lake Mills, Iowa, because Ice Bear's 2017 model electric vehicle broke down. By the way, I've just learned today that electric vehicles really don't break down, but this is a rare instance where it did. They drive into this little mom and pop shop run by a mechanic named Connie. She was a brunette woman with overalls and a lot of know-how on cars. Ice Bear said, "Do you know how to fix electric vehicles?" Connie replied, "Of course. Well, yeah, of course." Panda thought she was hot and began rizzing her up. Panda, Ice Bear said, Ice Bear went, "Damn it, Panda, stop rizzing them up." "But she's hot." Ice Bear don't give a damn. Chloe, Grizz, and the three other bears went into town for something. They find a bakery with subs and pastries, even bear paw pastries, which are like this little dough formation thing with a bear paw in the middle where you see the fruit filling. Anyway, Grizz who obviously can't help himself at this point. Obviously can't help himself. Well, you already know what he does at this point. He ate half the food. They had to immediately leave because the owner was mad about Grizz eating half the food. He even ate the food that the customers were eating. And even drank some soda. Man, Grizz is really he's selfish with food, ain't he? Well, he's a grizzly bear, so that is expected. They run into the town. The town's look reminded Brandon of the Death Toll campaign in Left 4 Dead, a game that he played frequently before they left Chicago. The car was finally repaired and they were on their way to Canada. Connie says goodbye to Ice Bear and they were finally on their way to the border. 8 horrible hours on the road later, with Panda complaining that he has no Wi-Fi to look at Reddit e-girls and things like that. Anyway, and other stuff. It was also hot too. Anyway, they arrive at the border and cross into Canada. They cross successfully because there was no guard for some reason. I don't know. Anyway, they drive into the Canadian province of Manitoba and look out the windows and into the Canadian countryside. It's beautiful. Grizz remembers his childhood again. He gets kinda somber about it. When we want to get all somber about our childhoods. Yeah. I grew up in the 2010s, so you can imagine how I feel. Anyway, they reach an area just outside of a small city called Gladstone. Real place, look it up. Anyway, and also it starts raining on them. Panda is then reminded about the time he was in a movie theater shushing people during a vampire movie featuring the vampires of Christopher and Jared, who he hated for some reason. "The rain is always my friend," he said. Suddenly, Agent Trout finds them again. He's about to arrest them all and send them to their home provinces. But just then, a monster truck runs him over and kills him. The monster truck was driven by no other than Mazda X. And they say, "Mazda X!" and leave. And by leave, I mean drive off into the distance. Maybe they have like a concert in Canada or something, I don't know. Sunny looks at them and goes, "Well, now what?" Esper says, Esper thinks we should go to Ibiza. Later, they arrive in Ibiza and club all night long. Days later, Grizz, Panda, Chloe, Sunny, and Vincent and Brandon were doing a mukbang of spicy noodles. They were about to start eating and started counting down, but just when they were about to finish the countdown, Ice Bear barged in and said, "Why does nobody know how to flush a toilet after they've had a shet?" They were all like, "It wasn't me. Yeah, it wasn't me. Wasn't us, bro." Well, it was fucking one of yous. Disgusting. 3, 2, 1. They ate a lot of noodle. They began to eat the noodles like in the way a mukbanger would. The story ends there. The end.